Hello class, welcome back. Today's learning goal is I can factor algebraic expressions by extracting common factors. So let's begin. Factoring with just simple numbers, for example 15, is simply finding two numbers that multiply together to 15. So, for example, 3 times 5 is also 15. We have found two numbers, factors, that when multiplied together get us 15. So 3 times 15 would be considered factoring. It's 15 in a factored form. But we're not doing numbers today. What we're doing is algebraic expressions. So factors in algebra are algebraic expressions that can be multiplied to get a specific algebraic expression. So take a look at 8a plus 12. In order to factor this, we need to take a look at the number part and then the variable parts of the expression. So the number parts are 8 and 12. 8 right here and 12 right here. We need to think, what is the largest common factor between these? There's a greatest common factor between 8 and 12. If we take a look at those two, I think it's fairly simple to tell that 4 is the greatest common factor between the two. After that, we take a look at the variables. We have a here. We don't have any variables on this term right here. So we can't take out any variables. Anytime we take out a variable, it has to be in both terms or in all the terms inside the expression. So after that, we can stop. So after that, we are left with, after we take out 4, we are left with 2. What we have to do is take 8, the number part of this term, and divide it by 4. So we have 2. We keep the a because we could not take it out, plus we do 12 divided by 4, gets us 3. This is the factored form of 8a plus 12. And we know this is correct because if we were to multiply it back in, we get 4 times 2a, which is 8a. We have 4 times 3, which is 12. So it works. It is also, there's nothing else that we can take out. 2 and 3 don't have any common factors except for 1, so we have done it correctly. Let's try this one. Again, we take a look at the number parts first of each term. We have 9 and 15. And the greatest common factor between those two is 3. After that, we take a look at the variable parts, the letter parts. We have AB in this first term and A in the second term. They both share an A, so we can take that out. What we're left with inside this binomial is, 9 divided by 3, which is 3. We don't include the A because the A was taken out, but the B wasn't taken out, so we're just simply left with B. After that, we have still the plus sign. 15 divided by 3 is 5. A divided by A, so we can get rid of the A. We're simply left with 3a times 3b plus 5. So this is the reverse of distribution, essentially. The reverse of distribution. This one. 54a squared b squared plus 27ab squared. We take a look at the variable, or the number parts, 54 and 27. If you look closely, you'll realize that 27 times 2 is 54. So the greatest common factor between 54 and 27 is in fact 27. So we can take out a 27. Then we take a look at the variable parts. We have a squared and an a on this one. So we can take out a single a. Over here we have b squared, and here we have b squared. We can take out two b's because both of these terms have two b's in them. So b squared. 54 divided by 27 is 2. A squared divided by a is simply 1 more a. B squared divided by b squared, it takes them out. This is the exact same thing. What we've taken out is the exact same thing as the second term. So this divided by this is simply 1. A number or an expression divided by itself is simply 1. I want you guys to try out this problem. Factor this algebraic expression. Go ahead. If you were able to do it correctly, you should have gotten 12 parentheses 3a plus ab plus 5. And the reason for this is the greatest common factor between 36, 12, and 60 is 12. After that, if you take a look at the variable parts, not all of the expressions have an a. The last one does not have an a, and none of them only one of the expressions terms, the middle term right here has a b. So you can't factor either the a or the b from this expression. Take a look at this one and give this one a shot. So if you take a look at the number parts of each one of these, we have 21, 24, and 9. The greatest common factor between those three numbers is 3. If you take a look at each one of these terms, the variable parts has a to the fourth, a to the third, and this one has a, which means that we can take out a single a. When we do that, we do 21 divided by 3 to get 7, a to the fourth divided by a to get a third, 24 divided by 3 to get 8, a cubed divided by a to get, this should be a squared. After that, 9 divided by 3 to get 3, a divided by a, which makes the a's go away, which we are just left with a b. Again, if we distribute this back in, we get 21 a to the fourth plus 24 a cubed plus 9 a b. All right. At this point, you guys can start with the Google summary form. Have a great weekend, guys.